We're of course representing the longest walk for Return to Alcatraz, and this walk is for Indigenous sovereignty. This walk was originally started in July 15th, 141 days ago, and we've got 19 more days to go to Alcatraz. The reason we're going to Alcatraz should be somewhat it's because of that occupation that took place in 1969, which gave birth to what's recognized as the Red Power movement. Since that time, there's been a lot of different actions and what you can call activism that is about promoting issues regarding our sovereignty, but not sovereignty as the non-Indigenous see it, but rather sovereignty that's inherent from the land, that springs from the earth. And that sovereignty has existed, and those laws that come from that sovereignty have existed for many thousands of years. At this time, when people think of tribal sovereignty, they think about federal Indian law and what the federal Indian law allows us to do. But that's not tribal sovereignty as we see it. That's not Indigenous sovereignty. In 1978, there was a walk that started in Alcatraz. That walk was not a protest walk. It was a spiritual walk affirming Indian sovereignty. And out of that walk came something called the Longest Walk Manifesto, which is an affirmation of Indian sovereignty. It didn't talk about the laws of other peoples from different nation states that come from Europe. It talked about the laws that existed for Indigenous nations. At that time, Indian nations it was talked about. And now we're taking this walk back because at that time there was a threat to abrogate Indian treaties, and a number of other threats were related to water rights, settlements that were unfair and unbiased, and things of that nature. And of course, there's a lot of limitations of our exercise of our Indigenous sovereignty in relation to the laws imposed upon tribal governments. So, in recognition of that, there was this walk that took place in '78 to raise awareness, and that walk gained significant support in Indian country and through other Indigenous peoples in other parts of the world. And we had also significant allies with Japanese Buddhist monk order too. And when we got to DC, there were over 10,000 Indian people representing many different Indian nations and organizations and interests. This walk is in essence a continuation of that walk. It's taking that circle and bringing it back to Alcatraz and bringing that message back to our own people. Because the threats to sovereignty today are actually greater than they were in 1978. And not just to us as Indian people, but for all Indigenous peoples, whether you're from Ecuador, or Mexico, or Venezuela, or Chile, or the Sami people in Scandinavia, or the Philippines. These threats to our sovereignty, as we understand it, are greater now in terms of attempting to turn us into corporate entities. In the 50s, they had a policy called termination, where they selected certain tribes to be terminated because they were too successful. And that was repudiated as a disaster. It was in essence an instance of genocide. Now they're doing termination, but they're using different words in that. And now we're actually complicit in that. We're no longer thinking about self-determination. A lot of us are unconsciously or consciously engaging in self-determination. That's a very dangerous thing. Because one of the things we're walking about is the spiritual ways and traditions of different peoples. And that forms the heart and soul of the constitutions of our Indigenous nations. And that's something that we need to remember. So we've been very blessed to have people like Johnny Bob come on this walk, sincerely, that practice that. And we've been fortunate to have Charles' family come and support us, that believe in those ways. We've been fortunate to have other people come and support us that believe in these ways. And we're getting a lot of significant support from other Indigenous peoples as well. This walk isn't just for Indian people, it's for all Indigenous peoples. When we talk about Indigenous sovereignty, we say that the work will begin when we get to Alcatraz, not as we go there. I know that some people are maybe disappointed with the numbers and things of that nature, but we're not. We know we're carrying that staff in a good way, and we're doing what we have to do. And we have a sovereignty staff that's going every step of the way. And we're hoping that message will start taking up when we get to Alcatraz. It'll go to different communities. They'll take up that message of what Indigenous sovereignty is about. To mind our own people. It's more than just a bunch of grants or good governance. It's about good government. And good government for us means understanding these traditions as the foundation for our sovereignty. Understanding these ceremonies are the foundation for our sovereignty. So in essence, that's what we're doing in a nutshell. Okay. So we hope that you can join us, even if it's for a day, or a week, or 19 days, because that's all that's left, or even make it out to Alcatraz on the 21st. We also have a website called www.returntoalcatraz.com. And at that stage, if anyone feels like making a donation, they can just push on that PayPal and donate your $3,000 or $4,000. But the other thing we need the most is people writing their statements regarding indigenous sovereignty. We need your prayers to continue this sacred journey that we're on. And if you can walk even for a day, or know people that can walk with us for a day, that's the major support that we need at this time. There's going to be an Indigenous Sovereignty Gathering on December 22nd at the Intertribal Friendship House in Oakland. So if you can't make it to Alcatraz, you can make it to that, that's good too. And for those that can't walk too good, you know, you can just meet us at the pier and just jump on the boat. If worst comes to worst, Amelia will help swim across and get you across. And so at this time, we're going to ask each of the walkers to introduce themselves and say a few words of why they're here or anything else they want to say. So we'll start with Cynthia Buckskin.
My name is Cindy Buckskin, and I'm here to support Michael and Sharon and the staffs. I joined in Utah. I didn't really plan to stay this long, but now I've committed myself to go to Alcatraz and just be there. My husband was on the 78 walk, and I was on the last part of that journey. And, he really turned his life around. You know, he always talked about the walk and all the people that he met and the places he was at. And I'm just here for that to my missions.
Chelsea Weir from the Chinook Nation in Oregon. I'm here, I guess, to represent my generation, because we're the people that should be out here walking, fighting for our traditions, and to support the next generation, because they're the most important people that are leading us. Just to support my family and my nation.
My name is Emilio, Zapoteca from South Mexico, Oaxaca. I don't know. It's an honor to be here in the world, to be part of this world. I have the opportunity to bring the medicine back to Alcatraz. As indigenous peoples, I think it's important, you know, to bring back those peoples to our people, and bring them the medicine back or those teachings. We're gonna use, you know, I guess change that channel of mentality, you know, we've been having for a long time, you know, thanks to the governments, you know. So yeah, I'm here for my generation, the next generation, for our elders, you know, for all the nations, you know, not just for my nation, but all the nations, you know. And when I say all the nations, is the, you know, the Clown Nation, the Blood Nation, the Water Nation, the Tree Nation, the Grass Nation, you know, all the nations, you know. But yeah, I'm happy to be here in the back. Yeah. Made it! Yeah! it feels good, to be here and with the community, sharing things, sharing food, and yeah, ready for now.
Well, my name is Vinny Austin. I'm from Walker Paiute tribe. I was asked to join the walk, so I met the guys in Utah. Thought it would be a good experience to help support these guys. Plus, I'm out here for I'm doing it for my kids.
I'm Ryan Fisher. I'm from Cameron, Arizona. I'm Navajo. And I joined the walk back in Richfield, Utah. I thought it'd be good for me, and I'd like to learn a lot more stuff. And I like it so far. For me, I like a lot of nice people, stuff. And yeah.
My name is Lloyd Bowler. I'm from New York City. And it's really been an honor to meet all the people I've met on this walk. And I'm really hopeful that this in part is the beginning of a new time where there'll be an earnest and equitable exchange of wisdom and experience between indigenous peoples here in North America and around the world, because I think it's going to be crucial to the future of the planet and the health of our children, our grandchildren, and future generations for a long time. So that's why I'm here, and I hope this is the beginning of a new time of hope. Thank you all for the hospitality you've had.
Kia ora koutou katoa. Ko maunga poha tū taku maunga, ko ohine ma te roa taku awa. Ko tūhoi taku iwi, ko Ngāti Tāwhaki taku mapu, ko Sharon ahau. No Aotearoa, New Zealand ahau. Tēnā koutou, ngā iwi o Paiute, Mishishoni, e taputo mai nei, tēnā kōrua, tēnā koutou. Tēnā koe nā maunga kārangaranga, nā awa, e rere mai ana, tēnā koutou katoa. Greetings everybody. Thank you so much for the food. That gives us the nourishment so that we can walk in prayer, giving thanks and being grateful and be in honour of the 1978 walkers, of the 2008 walkers, of the walkers for diabetes that was in 2011, and now here we are in 2030 on the return to Alcatraz. And we wouldn't be here if it wasn't for honouring everybody that has walked since 78 and probably even beyond that. And give thanks to all those people that are still living today, but also all the ones that have all passed on as well. I greet you in my own Indigenous language, native language of Aotearoa, New Zealand, giving greetings to the peoples of this land, these territories here, and to your land. My passion for working in prayer for the peoples of Turtle Island, for the peoples of the land, Takoto Mai, Putanua, I Te Ao, is the revitalisation and reclaiming of our own Indigenous languages. So, and I know that there are here right now are practitioners, peoples who stand strong in their own Indigenous native language. And that's who I am, and that's what I advocate for. Why? Because for me, Indigenous sovereignty is about knowing who you are, knowing where you come from, and knowing where you belong. And when you know your languages and your cultures, not just through talking, but through singing, through drumming, through dancing, through storytelling, through ceremonies, then you have what it takes within within you to resist everything that wants to pollute our Mother Earth, our water, our lands, our air. And so that's who I am. And I'm very grateful to be here and to in honour of everybody here today and all your families. And for me, in a nutshell, I love the words of Bob Marley and the one song that he sings. And for me, that encapsulates Indigenous sovereignty and the soul of one love. That's it. And part of our culture, when I come from off there, all New Zealand, way down under, is that we've got to sing a song. And so I'm going to sing a song. And it's a song of love, and it's a song of loss for all those, for anyone who's that have lost loved ones, the need, and for the past, the present, and the future. Taurawa ki te whare, kana rota kahi te whare o te kahi katoa, hei ngā whakapai he whakapai ururo e hau mai nei, ke waho ke te moana, kore aku mihi aku tangi mō koutou, mapuku ko te iwi ka mō wai tonu te whenua e takoto nei
Deanna Bob. I joined before Ely.
Hi, my name is Terry. I'm Cheyenne and Choctaw from Oklahoma, and I'm here to support all the walkers and the walk. Mainly because I was on the walk in 1978, and I was only 10 years old. But all the knowledge and information that I learned, even at 10 years old, I learned how powerful these walks can be and how much strength and medicine the staffs carry. So I'm here to support the young people because I know that in 40 or 50 years, they're going to be the ones to carry on the struggle. And I think that's really important. So they're going to take everything that they learned here, and that's going to carry us, for the next 40 years, just like the walk in 1978 did for a lot of us. So I'm glad to be here, and I'd like to thank you guys for all the food and hospitality.
I'm Willa Dixon. My ancestors come from many places, but the first Dixons who come from a big fish warrior clan way back when. Went from Scotland to Ireland where they married. The local ladies went to Turtle Island where they married the local ladies. And according to our family traditions, we are Cherokee and Uchiki. Now, if you look at a modern map, you don't find anything about the Uchiki. They had one of the most widely spoken languages in the East, and they don't exist as a tribe anymore. They got absorbed into the Scots-Irish, into the Creek, into the Seminole, but lost their culture, lost their language. Only maybe a few hundred words are known from old writings. And for my Cherokee ancestors, they had to watch most of their nation walk to California. They escaped. They lived in Georgia. Unlike North Carolina, where the state spent the next 50 years trying to deport the remaining Indians who were smarter than soldiers and were able to escape, Georgia just solved the problem the year after removal was finished by saying, okay, if you Indian and you're in Georgia, you're not Indian, you're white. And so by act of the state's legislature, they were made white no matter what color they thought their heart was. And they lost, my family lost the traditions, which is a big ache in my heart. I live in Portland, Oregon, where I was fortunate to come in contact with the Eagle Spirit and our elder who has chosen to call me his granddaughter. He is Akinel Oto. He and his wife have been teaching me traditional ways, what Grandpa calls the natural way, and he welcomes people from all tribes. And he takes me to ceremony with him, and I get to hang out with all his Lakota buddies, so I've learned a lot about Lakota culture too. And it pains me to know I'm grateful for that, but I'm also really saddened that I know more about Lakota culture than I do the culture of my own ancestors. I walked on the longest walk too, from Sacramento to DC, and I am so happy to be back in Fallon again. I remember how warm and welcoming you were. It's just, I've been smiling all day. Yes, I'm back. In fact, I've been smiling the last 3 days because of that. And then the northern route of longest walk to reverse diabetes started right near where I live, and I was able to go to the kickoff banquet and host the walkers the first night for both dinner at my house and any walkers who needed a place to stay. And was going to walk with them. In fact, didn't get very far because my leg was swelling, and I ended up walking across the Umatilla, 5 miles across the Umatilla reservation on crutches, and then realized I really needed to go back to Portland and support from there. So I did that. It turned out the leg was broken. So I'm very glad to be healed from that broken leg and walking to Alcatraz. This prayer is very important.
My name is Rodrigo. I'm from New Zealand. I joined the walk as much as I
I turned to walk a few days ago. I could have gone to Washington, but I had to take a stand to fight against Energy Fuels Nuclear, who has sunk the shaft into our Mother Earth called Red Butte. It took us 15 years to fight them on the grounds of religious rights. Now they are looking at a litigation that they disregarded in 1986, which was based on tribal traditional property inside the U.S. Forest Service lands. And it took me 3 months to finally shut them down. I stood alone on my own sacred land. It took me 3 months to do my ceremonies, my visual quest. Finally, we've shut them down, and it's on hold. The operations are on hold for a year. And now Energy Fuels Nuclear has signed on and agreed that all the millings up in Blanding, Utah will be shut down. And up in the northern region of the Grand Canyon, Pine Nut, and the other mines that were grandfathered are going to be shut down also. And with that kind of an effort as a medicine man for all nations, I'm a warrior medicine man for all people. Every one of you are my people. Every nation on the face of this earth are my people. Not one of you are left out of my prayers. Although I joined the walk with a good heart, although they might have said that I have sufficed, but I love all of you. I came on the walk because it's in part of the fifth prophecy. I looked into the future. There was a white outfit visited me and their two brothers. They gave me 4 sacred arrows. These sacred arrows is to open up the skies where the 5-fingered star is passing. Every prayer for the kids, every prayer for plant life, water life, earth ways, celestial bodies, all these things in this universe will be healed. As long as you heal your bodies, then you can heal the earth. Each and every day, we walk this road, this red path. That is your passion. You have to find it. The first sovereignty is Mother Earth. The first people were the fire. The second were the ant people. They came and taught us how to build the fire, build the sacred fire for all our people, for all our red earth nations. Those are the things that we are following. We're following the red path. It's a prophecy. We're going to bring back the old way, the right way. The old way is not the old way. It's the right way, the traditional way, which was placed on earth for our divinity. And we have to reclaim that, recapture our ways in this life way. It is very critical for all of us, each and every nation, especially for the kids and the generations that are yet to come. Those are the things that are prayed for, and we managed to shut them down 5th time. And I'm sure that you can have in your heart a prayer. Up there in those stars, there is a prayer that is waiting for all people of the world. It is waiting for all of you to be fulfilled. And I'm grateful, thankful to come back here and support Corbin Harney. When he first took up his staff and stood and said, "You're not going to do this to these lands." I came and I helped him, supported him with my drums, with my firekeeper, with my peyote, with my prayers. I stood with him. I witnessed these rockets hitting Yucca Mountain. I witnessed these dying bombs flagellating the earth. I said to myself, it's not right. You can't do that to our mother. She's beautiful. All these things around us is beautiful. Sacred is not beautiful. The holy way is not beautiful. Those things we must regard as sacred. And I'm thanking these young people that are walking. We suffered for all those things that have done in the past. That matrix is locked. We cannot go back to that past. I'm grateful for these young people because they are trying really hard. They're suffering on the road. They're suffering for all of you. In the sweat lodge, when it gets hot, you suffer for the Creator. You suffer for the Mother. You suffer for the water. You suffer for the air. You suffer for the soil. You suffer for your life ways. Those are the things that we are walking for in this life way. That's what we believe in. That's what we have to live in today, tomorrow. It's going to change dramatically. We are seeing supernatural mediums. We are seeing spiritual mediums. That is a dramatic change in this world. You will witness people flying. You will witness mythological proportions happening. That is a dramatic change. The water is going to dry up. All these things are going to happen. You have to be prepared. The sea turtle came to me and told me, you have to heal the land with love, with peace. Love can mean liberty, overstanding victory eternally. Peace can mean people for environmental awareness and culture. That's what I carry when I teach these kids how to learn the life ways of our traditions. Thank you.
Carl Van Sampson, here.
Yeah, here. Nevada. Brendan Norrell on Sensor News. I know, like, she's been helping me, and yeah. After 2008, walked for protecting sacred sites and cultural survival. In 2011, for the reversing diabetes. Now I walk for tribal sovereignty, indigenous sovereignty, and for our inherent rights. That as tribal members, that we have rights. I just encourage everybody to come walk with us tomorrow. Go as far as you guys can with us. To Alcatraz, we're kind of like really tired, and there's a lot I like to say and stuff, but I think you guys covered it all. And just being out there, being an extra body or participant, it means a lot. And take some pictures and show the world that there's people in Nevada that care about the cause. And because I was taught that we are co-trustees of the earth and caretakers of the land. We need to start exercising our rights as Native people. And on this journey, we pray for ourselves and we pray for our families. Because you're representing, your mother, your father, your parents, your tribe, like where you come from. I joined up in I hitchhiked during after Hot August nights. It's either go to Burning Man or play to the walk. I hitchhiked going over to Chicago, Illinois. I left on a Sunday night and got to the walk on Thursday at noontime. Got to Chicago and I went to Camp, Illinois, and that's when I joined up. Still trying to shake the nightlife up a little bit, and so with that, I just started, popping out, taking pictures, and then after that, it was really humid, 109. It was really hot back then. Got into the rolling plains and then to the Rockies, and I started feeling more at home and stuff. Got to meet a lot of people, we talked about like all the things, all the issues, with the water, all the issues with West Texas case and water rights, and see what else. After 2008, we gave the Indian Natives took back home. We had a Northern Nevada chapter, and then it was all needed. After these gold mines, shut that down. A lot of drama, and so what's going on with everything is that we are making the full circle around back to Alcatraz. We're gonna leave the name title on SWAT Jones for this, because it's gonna, you can't keep on having these long SWAT all the way up to 6, 7, if all the way going, because we just gotta, until it's good enough reason, maybe we have a Native president, good enough cause, and we'll have another walk, because Long SWAT 3 wasn't supposed to happen until 30 years, 30-year anniversary commemoration walk, so we're doing that, and because this is this northern route, original route. I've been on these other routes, I've been on Peace and Dignity run, becoming famous on a national level, and all I'm doing is just being a participant, and for everybody that participated today, it's good, and for tomorrow, because today the walkers and runners are the leaders of tomorrow.
My name is Sylvia McKimbers Jackson. I'm from the Yamba Shoshone tribe, and I'm here to support my brother Carl and his dad Bucky and my mom Rosina in this walk, and show them as much love and respect as I can. Thank you.
My name is Johnny Bob. I'm from Greek River, reservation. I was born and raised off the reservation, but I'm also on the council of what is showing that council, and the chief of that council. And I heard about the water maybe from Washington, D.C. I decided to tell Carl that I'll meet him on the Utah and Nevada border. So that's where I went when they were coming over. I've been with him ever since. Hopefully I'm going to go straight over with him to Alcatraz. I know they need help with spiritual guidance and the ways of getting up in the morning and going outside and doing morning ceremonies and talking with them, and talking about our traditional ways and our ceremonial ways and keep up the ceremonies and be on the right path. There's a lot of things out there that might hurt us. We would have to be prepared for anything and everything in our path. And the people is the very important thing. People is the one that's supporting us. A lot of them supporting us. A lot of them out there knows what we're doing. A lot of people knows our ways of our what we're doing with our sovereignty, what we're doing with our other native countries out there to get the word out. We all need to be all supported. Right now, I feel good for what they're doing. And it's my way of knowing things about this walk, knowing the things about people that supporting them and helping them out and giving them a place to sleep, giving them food, giving them water, giving them other things that they need, like clothing, coats, shoes. And it's very cold out there. And when you're walking, you need a lot of socks and good shoes to walk in the snow and rain. Most of all, we have to watch out for each other, with our backs so we don't get run over or anything. But as they go, our hearts share with them. Our heart, something that we are connected with everything that Mother Earth holds. Our Uncle, our God, gave us this Mother Earth for us to compare. This Mother Earth is really old. It holds a lot of water. The water is very precious. Some of these mining that's going on with all the oil wells, with mining, gold mining, silver, uranium, and come down to it, they're contaminating our water, contaminating our water system, water table, the way of our water, how we pray with it, the way of our water that flows into our blood, the way of the water that when we take it out of the well, when the ground pump it out, we always pray for it. We don't know what the mining or well that they dug, or what kind of blast they're doing with the oil well. We don't know what the white nickel was put in the water. We gotta just keep on praying. Water is very important to all, even our plants and mostly all the animals. They live out there on the land. It's cold out there. They're ready for that cold. Because if they ate their food, they last longer than that. They ate their food, they lost last longer than that. Our food. When they got that fat, it's very important for that fat to keep on running. Our Indians more accountable, they were great for the food and they killed and take that food to the family. And it's very important that we look at it that way. So, I hope I get my car fixed and we'll get my truck maybe. There's other options of how to go about, get into Africa. My plan was when they get there, it's going to be going over. I look like I want to be with them for a while. Get to know them better. Maybe. Thank you.